Good day everyone, I am Rosan Diaz and I will discuss the continuation of the report of Miss Angel Discaya all about the Greek cuisine. So first to discuss is the basic ingredients of Greek cuisine. Greece is a nation of small farmers who produce an incredible array of mainly organically produced cheeses, oils, fruits, nuts, grains, legumes, and vegetables, supplemented by an array of grains and herbs that grow in the wild. These are the foods that form the base of the traditional Greek regimen, to which they add both variety and nutrition. Greece's climate is perfect, growing for olive and lemon trees, producing two of the most important elements of Greek cooking. With 20% of Greece made up of islands and no part of the Greek mainland more than 90 miles from the sea, fish and seafood are a popular and common part of the Greek diet. Lamb and goat are the traditional meats of holidays and festivals, and poultry, beef, and pork are also in plentiful supply. So for the herbs and spices, they have basil, garlic cloves, dill, ginger, olive oil, mint, nutmeg, star anise, onion, saji, marjoram, rosemary, poppy seed, mustard, bay leaves, maliv, sideritis, parsley, black pepper, cinnamon, oregano, and paprika. Vegetables are eggplant, potato, green beans, bell pepper, spinach, peas, zucchini, and legumes. Fruits are apple, peach, orange, kiwi, cherry, fig, apricots, watermelon, lemon, pomegranate, quince, muskmelon, and tomato. Meats are pork, lamb, beef, goat, chicken, veal, and rabbit. And for the seafood, they have shrimp, crab, lobster, mussels, clams, octopus, cuttlefish, horse mackerel, and red millet. So those are the most used ingredients in Greek cuisine. And next is the Greek cooking methods. As several of our current cooking methods were not invented thousands of years ago, the ancient Greeks cooked their food using what was available around them. The most common cooking methods were done over an open fire, such as boiling, frying, simmering, stewing, grilling, and roasting on a spit, where meat like goat or lamb was tied to a stick and rotated by hand over the fire. This method is still used today, often with a motorized spit in both Greece and other parts of the world, particularly when cooking an Easter lamb. The earliest cooking pots were made of clay, and similar pots are still used today in many parts of the world. The Greeks would place ingredients like lamb and vegetables in a clay pot, seal it tightly, and either cook in a clay oven for several hours or bury in the ground underneath hot coals. These clay ovens are somewhat similar to the pizza ovens we are familiar with and can still be found in villages throughout Greece. Out of necessity, because refrigeration was non-existent, in addition to cooking, ancient Greeks preserved foods by smoking, drying, salting, and storing in syrups and fat. Foods were often stored with a topping of oil to keep air out. So as you can see in the picture, there were the spit used by ancient Greeks, or yung katulad dito sa atin yung parang sa paglilitsyon. And then there were also the clay ovens and the clay pots. Next is preparing and eating meals. Similar to how many men today are in charge of cooking on the grill, the men of ancient Greeks were typically in control when roasting the meats on spits or over coals. The women were responsible for boiling foods and baking them in the oven. When it came time to enjoy the meal, aristocratic people sat or lounged on the couches set before low tables laden with food and ate in a communal style. So, Communal dining style is the practice of dining with others. The practice is centered on food and sharing time with the people who come together in order to share the meal and conversation. For the common man as well as the aristocrat, utensils were not used. Everything was eaten with the hands. Bread had many purposes at the dinner table. It was used to scoop out thick soups, as a napkin to clean hands, and when thrown on the floor was food for the enslaved Greek or the dogs. And for the Greek meal times, they have four meal times, which is the Akratisma, Ariston, Hesperisma, and Dipnon. Akratisma is breakfast. It was taken in the morning. It was a very light meal and was usually a piece of barley bread dipped in wine. Sometimes the bread was accompanied with olives or figs. Next is Ariston or lunch. It is taken at noon and a very light meal. And they are usually ate their lunch at 2 p.m. Next is the Hesperisma or the merienda. It was taken afternoon and was optional as some preferred to not eat anything at all in the afternoon. It was also light meal. And last, Duipnon or the dinner. It was taken at night and it is the richest meal of the day, usually contained a main dish followed by dessert. It was also usually taken late after 9 p.m., especially when it's a dinner out with friends. So, halos parehas lang yung meal times nila sa atin. Yung difference lang is kumakain sila ng lunch. It is very late na. They ate lunch at 2 p.m. And then, yung dinner din nila is 9 p.m. So, very late na compared dito sa atin. And the Greek cooking tools are knives, probably the most essential kitchen tools of all, mortar and pestle for pounding fresh herbs and spices. This is especially important for dishes where the herbs will be left uncooked, as found with some Greek appetizers, salads, and garnishes. Next is olive oil can. Olive oil is used in almost all food served at a Greek table. It is used for dispensing flavorful oil. Wooden spoons, a must in Greek kitchen. It is good since it do not conduct heat, so it is great for stirring. Next is cheese grater. Just like olive oil, cheese is an integral part of Greek cuisine, so this tool is a must. Next is spice grater, used to get the best aroma out of spices such as cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice. Pepper grinder. Greek recipes always call for freshly ground pepper, and this tool makes it convenient to use this spice. Next is large saucepans. Greek food is usually cooked in large quantities, so they are always using large saucepans. Next is baking pans. Baking pans and tins are required for Greek sweets and for many savory Greek recipes, as well as from moussaka and spanakopita. Spit roaster or rotisserie, used in Greek cuisine to roast whole lamb or goat. And last is the wood rolling pin. A rolling pin is a must to creating Greek dishes for rolling out dough for Greek desserts and various pastry dishes. Next is the popular dishes of Greek cuisine. First is the appetizer and salad dishes. They have Greek salad. The so-called Greek salad is known in Greece as village or country salad or horia tiki and is essentially a tomato salad with cucumber, red onion, feta cheese, and kalamata, olives, and dressed with olive oil. Next is spanakopita, a spinach feta sometimes in combination with ricotta cheese, onions or scallions, egg, and seasoning wrapped in pillow pastry in a form of pie. Next is saganaki, a fried yellow cheese, usually Gruyere cheese. The word saganaki means a small cooking pan, is used to say fried, and can be applied to many other foods. Koloki tuantoy, a zucchini flour stuffed with rice or cheese and herbs. Fasolada, a Greek Mediterranean and Cypriot soup of dry with white beans, olive oil, and vegetables. It is sometimes called the national food of the Greeks. Fasolada is made by simmering beans with tomatoes and other vegetables such as carrots, onion, parsley, celery, and bay leaf. Next is the soup dishes. First is Sarasopa. Literally means fish soup. It is a special dish with plenty of vitamins and very much loved by the Greeks. It's a simple dish of boiled vegetables and fish. The veggies are usually a combination of carrots, celery, leeks, and potatoes. Next is Mayeritsa, pronounced as Mayeritsa, is a unique Greek soup made from the innards of the lamb and romaine lettuce, garnished with fresh herbs and finished off with a delicious egg lemon sauce or the avgolimono. This is a traditional Greek margherita recipe for the lovers of the authentic Greek cuisine. This soup is prepared on Holy Saturday during the day. Then the soup is put on low heat to cook before leaving in the evening for the church and is then eaten on returning home after the midnight church services. Next is yumista, another classic Greek dish enjoyed all year round. It is a comforting, hearty dish in the winter and the perfect way to use all of the extra tomatoes, bell peppers, and zucchini flowers that are growing in the garden in the summer. The word "gymista" translates to "filled with" in Greek. There are many versions of this dish. Gymista are traditionally filled with a combination of ground meat, rice, and herbs. For the vegetable main dishes, first is the aracas mi anjunares. This vegetable dish couples artichokes and peas with a flavorful lemon-infused sauce that is generously seasoned with dill. Aracas mi anjunares is occasionally enriched with potatoes, other fresh herbs, and tomatoes or tomato preserve. Lacha Norizo. This simple Greek dish consists of a flavorful combination of rice and cabbage, which is sautéed until tender alongside onions, fresh herbs, and the optional addition of vegetables and tomato sauce. Next is Agenares alla Pulita, a traditional Greek artichoke stew that fulls of flavor and sweet vegetables. This is a delicious and healthy Lenten dish which can be served either as a side dish, but they eat it as a main dish as the addition of potatoes makes it quite filling on its own. Spetsify is a traditional Greek dish made with spicy country sausage and sweet peppers in a rich tomato sauce. Next is the meat and seafood dishes. They have moussaka, a Greek dish of ground meat such as lamb or beef, and sliced eggplant, a rich tomato meat sauce layered with eggplant instead of pasta sheets and topped with a thick layer of bechamel sauce. This is also the most popular dish in Greece. Next is Shatapodi Esti Shara, Grilled octopus is a classic Greek dish that is usually associated with coastal areas and Greek islands. The octopus is primarily cooked before it is grilled over charcoal. When served, it is typically thinly sliced and seasoned with olive oil, a drizzle of lemon, and oregano. Next is gyros, one of the most popular Greek street food dishes consisting of meat such as pork and chicken in Greece or lamb and veal, popular in other countries, cooked on a vertical spit. Next is the quick meals. Feta saganaki, or a pan-fried feta cheese. A tangy feta cheese melting inside an extra crispy coating and finished with a touch of lemon. Baklava is a sweet dessert made of layers of flaky phyllo pastry filled with crushed nuts and sweetened with honey syrup. Next is the pasta dishes. Pas- Pasticcio is to Greeks what lasagna or to the Italians and what mac and cheese is to American. So this pasticcio is para siyang lasagna or mac and cheese. It is intensely aromatic, rich and gooey layers of tubular pasta in a hearty sauce consisting of tomatoes and ground lamb meat topped with bechamel sauce and ideally sprinkled with grated kefalotiri or kasiri cheese. Macaroni. Next is the asta caronada. The main element in this exquisite Greek dish is a lobster meat that is coupled with a flavorful tomato-based sauce and served over pasta. This dish is typically prepared with spaghetti, while the sauce is usually enriched with wine and various herbs and spices. For the desserts and sweets, first is dipos. This traditional Greek dessert originates in the Peloponnese region, but can now be found throughout Greece. It is common to serve these light, crispy fried pastries on special occasions such as weddings and religious holidays, but they are in particular demand come Christmas time. Next is Glyka Tuku Talia, in which translates to spoon sweets, is a type of traditional Greek desserts strongly connected with the countryside. Not wanting to throw away leftover fruits and vegetables, rural communities in antiquity used to dry crops in the sun. It is boiled fruit and vegetables with sugar, adding different spices to elevate the taste. Next is Revani. Is a syrup-soaked cake made with semolina and yogurt, known for its slight lemony taste. Even though it is served in every region, Veroa, a city in the northern Greek region of Macedonia, has a reputation for producing the country's most delicious Revani. Next is cheeses. Feta is a sheep or goat's milk, sometimes both curd. This is likely the most well-known of all Greek cheeses. Next is kefalotiri, a delicious, slightly salty white cheese that's hard in texture and made with goat or sheep's milk. Kasiri, this is a stringy white cheese made mostly from unpasteurized sheep milks blended with a small amount of goat's milk. Graviera, a wheel cheese made from the perfect blend of cow, goat, and sheep's milk. It's lightly sweet to the taste and is at the top of the go-to list of traditional Greek cheeses. Next is the non-alcoholic beverage, portocalada, or orangeade or lemonade. These beverages were served everywhere in homes, cafes, tavernas, and restaurants. They were made with fresh strained orange juice or lemon juice, either mixed with carbonated water or flat mineral water, and added sugar to taste. Vicinada or cherryade, made from dark cherry syrup, which was originally homemade, mixed with cold water. Next is alcoholic beverage. Assyrtiko is a white Greek wine grape indigenous to the island of Santorini. And Agiorgitiko, a red Greek wine grape most widely planted red grape variety on Greece. Next is the coffee. Froth coffee, also known as Greek froth, is a foam-covered iced coffee drink made from instant coffee. It is very popular in Greece and Cyprus, especially during the summer, but has now spread to the other countries. The frap became a hallmark of the post-war outdoor Greek coffee culture. Espresso Freddo is a simple Greek coffee that combines espresso and ice. Unlike similar iced coffee varieties that merely serve coffee over ice, this Greek version primarily blends the two ingredients until the coffee is slightly chilled, smooth, and creamy. Freddo Cappuccino is a chilled coffee variety that originates from Greece. It is made with espresso, usually a double shot, which is first blended with ice, strained, and then poured over ice. The drink is then topped with well-chilled milk that is shaken or blended until it achieves a light frosty consistency. And the last is the tea. Chamomile is one of the Greece's most popular teas and is much loved. Herb is also used in Greek households for its medicinal purposes, as it is known for its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Mint tea is one of the countless herbal infusions seen for breakfast in Greece. Mint is rich in iron, magnesium, antioxidant, and anti-inflammatories. Phascomilo is a saji which grows abundantly in Greece and is collected at the end of the summer. This tea is widely drunk as a soothing medicinal tea to cure colds, sore throats, inflamed gums, and upset stomach. And last is the chai tuvno. It's a Greek for tea of the mountain, also known as Greek mountain tea, and is also known as sideritis, ironwort or shepherd's tea. In many Greek and Mediterranean homes, this is a go-to herbal remedy because it boasts lots of health benefits. So those are the popular dishes in Greek cuisine. So that was all. Thank you.